We thought, oh, let's start all over. We're gonna have a good year. Things are gonna get better. Boom. I'm going to tell you a story about a girl who loved life, a girl who strived to be successful in everything she did, from athletics to school to friendships to just about everything. A girl that ran 30 to 40 miles a week, that was a competitive gymnast, that worked doing multiple jobs, home health, physical therapy, started her own YouTube channel and grew it to 15,000 in 1 year. A girl that, like I said, just loved life. A girl that qualified for the Boston Marathon and ended up not being able to go. This girl was hit with so many different things in her life from every angle that eventually it added up. And when COVID hit the first time, she started to sink. After the first COVID, she started having gut problems and sleep problems. She didn't realize that her deep sleep went from 2.5 hours a night to under 30 minutes. Her seasonal allergies that were already present got 10 times worse. Eventually, this girl moved to Arizona with her husband to just kind of start fresh. And she was hit with COVID again. This time, it started with burning all over her body. She ended up in the ER throwing up nonstop green and yellow bile. No one could help her. Everyone said that everything was normal. She continued to push, and about a month after COVID, that burning was still not gone. She started trying peptides to heal herself, although she didn't know that peptides didn't heal her. Taking thymosin alpha-1 got rid of her burning, but soon after that, she started getting severe adrenaline spikes. She tried another peptide, Selenk, and that Selenk helped the panic and the adrenaline for a temporary period of time, kind of on and off. And then she encountered severe hormone issues. She tried 2 different peptides for that. Eventually, one helped a little bit, but things just kept happening and happening and happening, and she kept chasing symptoms, peptide after peptide after peptide, refused to go to any doctor because of how much she had been gaslighted in the first couple months. And I forgot to mention that during all of this time, she kept running. Every single run felt like a death march to her, and every run she had to stop on the trail and go to the bathroom because her gut was so messed up. It's very hilly out here and hot. Her times got slower, but she just did not want to lose her passion, so she kept doing it until eventually she couldn't. So many things happened between the second and third COVID, and just so you know, that she is me. I'm going to continue telling you a little bit more about my story of getting COVID for the first, second, and third time. We're going to start in fall 2022, about 9 months after I got COVID the second time. We had just moved back to California, and I had been trying different peptides. Sometimes they would mask symptoms, but they always seemed to come back. I would have reaction after reaction to things that I tried. Eventually, I had reactions to even peptides, which have a low level of reactionary rate. The last peptide I seriously tried caused my blood sugar to have issues. I remember filming this video. It was a YouTube, but this is the short version of it, when my blood sugar was like up and down, feeling like I was gonna die, but I still pushed through and pretended to look like I was okay. I had to chase it down with a supplement, which fixed it. And then I woke up in the middle of the night in panic, in sweats, and decided to try Ativan. Then that Ativan caused nerve pain all over. When I stopped it, which I always regret taking that Ativan, because when you're methylating bad, your body withdraws so much easier. So then that nerve pain all over my body, it was a glutamate storm. So to counteract the severe nerve pain all over, my husband AJ found that a supplement called NAC would help the glutamate storm. I tried that. A day later, the nerve pain was gone, but my body went into a severe herx. That is what a herx is. And it was super painful. My body was blocked. Methylation was bad. My sulfur pathways could not detox, which in turn made me
feel like I had the worst flu of my life.
Severe fatigue, night sweats, exhaustion. Finally, I got through that. I tried a supplement called selenium because NAC tends to lower that. I got tremors from that lasted about 2 weeks. I tried to counteract that with an Epsom salt bath, which Epsom salt detoxes through the sulfur pathways as well. I tasted soap for a week. I had histamine reactions. Eventually, I decided maybe my body is in fight or flight. So I tried brain therapy. It's called Cereset, and this is kind of a description of it. It helped a little bit for a bit, and then they told me that I needed to get off of my Zoloft, which my Zoloft does not help me at all. I'm just stuck on it, which is another story for another day. I tried to drop it 25 milligrams, and I got nerve pain all over my body. Again, that same month, My husband AJ had a heart attack. I remember going to the hospital, visiting him in severe pain, mentally exhausted, just sick of what I had been dealing with, and now my husband's falling apart. He eventually got out of the hospital and was okay, and now is on meds for life. So next, we hit the new year. We thought, oh, let's start all over. We're gonna have a good year. Things are gonna get better. Boom. First COVID, January 2021. Second COVID, January 2022. Third COVID, January 2023. Yeah, not kidding. It hit me harder than I could imagine. The actual sickness was terrible, but that burning all over my body came back. Most people can't really imagine what it feels like to feel burning all over, because you just can't fathom it. The kind of burning I had felt like it was under my skin, felt like scalding hot water. You know, when you touch water like in a boiling pot and it feels like you can't tell if it's hot or cold, it's so hot. That's how my body felt all over. And I started having night sweats so bad I'd have to change 2 to 3 times a night, sometimes more. I started having tingling all over my body. I had a night where my brain started buzzing and I sweat all over and I lost my speech, and AJ almost ran me to the emergency room, but we figured, I don't know if they're gonna help, and we didn't go. This continued and turned into my heart rate spiking nonstop. I felt like I had no control of my body. I felt like I had lost everything that I was, and little did I know it was just gonna get worse. And I had been working with a functional medicine doctor 2 months before the third COVID, or a month or so, and she really didn't know what she was doing and decided to claim I had adrenal insufficiency, which means your adrenals don't make cortisol. So she decided to, without testing me, put me on a bovine cortisol, in which I took twice a day for, I think 3 weeks. On the third week, I started getting severe tinnitus, which is ringing in your ears nonstop, and that just didn't ever stop. And just so you know, I still have tinnitus to this day, which it's on its way out, but still deal with that. I stopped the cortisol, and within a month and a half, I was in the ER 3 times in this severe fight or flight. I felt like I had no control again over my body. I felt like adrenaline was nonstop pumping through my blood, and no one could help me. And along with dealing with severe physical panic, when I went to the ER those nights, and probably also not when I was in the ER, my heart rate and my blood pressure were through the roof. I think maybe once 170 over like 95 with a heart rate like of 115, and that happened like every single time I was in the ER, and they always just said, this is normal. They gave me Ativan through IV a couple times, sent me home with Ativan, and that didn't work. Eventually, me and AJ thought, maybe I'm just stuck in fight or flight from COVID, because nothing has worked. It doesn't seem like I had like any like actual health problems, except for like the things that seem like fight or flight. And so we decided to go to a psychiatrist who gave me a couple meds that in the first 3 days we were like, nope, not working. I took it upon myself to say, I'm gonna go to a treatment center and see if they could help me. I was so desperate. Things turned for the worst, and I will continue this in part 2, so stay tuned. I promise it's a good ending, and this will be a fun series. I guess not fun, but very interesting, and I'll continue telling my story, so stay tuned so you can stay hyped.